Life would be so simple if I didn't chase the things that I chase on a day to day basis. I feel sometimes it's so easy to just get comfortable, to go to work, maybe go to the gym at the end of the day, and in between that, do absolutely nothing and just be your average human being that doesn't necessarily mean it's anything bad, but personally, I feel like we were born and brought to this earth to do something wonderful with our lives and make an impact on other people and learn throughout that. And the fact that people waste that and just be lazy and be average and throw all of that away, just take it for granted. Being alive is something so magical and something so wonderful, and just too many people just expect 100 years of life and never understand the urgency of taking action. And I, for myself, used to be the exact same person. Now, as a young lad, I just used to play video games, just go to the gym, go uni, go to school, then finally got a job. And in between that time, I've always felt and I've always thought that I'm slightly different. And for example, I didn't fit in very well into my group of mates at school, and eventually when I went to uni, it all faded away. And essentially, I've always been slightly different. I've never really liked partying and going clubbing. I've always somewhat isolated myself from everybody that didn't think like me. And I've realised it's just due to the fact that my standards in life are very, very different to the people that I've always surrounded myself with. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with going out partying, drinking alcohol, doing drugs, or whatever you want to be doing. But I just do not allow myself anymore to fall down to that standard. Now, of course, nobody's perfect, it's going to happen, but minimizing that to a point where it's a very rare occurrence is much more valuable to me as a person than looking forward to the weekend because I get to go out and have a few pints with my mates, or go out and sniff coke, or get on it and piss the whole weekend away, and then be absolutely rough for 2, 3, 4 days throughout the week at work, and then look forward to it again on the weekend. And I'm not judging, everybody's different, everybody wants something different out of their lives, but I've realised that I have a lot more potential than just doing and settling for that. So this is the exact reason as to why I've been on this journey, and I've been on this journey alone. I've been on this journey by myself for genuinely the past 2 years. It started off in 2021, and since January 2021, I've taken it seriously in terms of stacking habits, in terms of trying my best and trying to build something. And it's never been like it is today. And by that I mean I've never really took action. So the hard things in life, I really, and I mean this, I never took action on. So I've always wanted to start my own business and run an agency. And I've sat on this idea for literally about 5 years, and I've watched every single person get into it, be successful, and make their money and move on and whatever. And I've just watched. That's all I've done. I've literally just watched. And with other aspects of my life, it's been fine. For example, getting up in the morning at 4 o'clock to go and work out. That's like a habit and something that I loved doing. So that was the main breakthrough point that I did, that essentially got me to sort my shit out, because I started getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go and hit a session, like a workout, before work. So I start work at 7, I get to the gym at 5, and I have about 2.5 hours, two and a bit, to work out. Is that right? An hour and a half. Sorry, I'm just completely gone off my maths there. It's been a very long day. Anyway, so I've got an hour and a half to work out and do cardio, whatever I want to do, right? Lift weights, and so on. Okay, and that's been a habit that has essentially trickled down from being this massive thing to me, where I'm not a morning person, I can't do that, to being able to just do it with ease, where I do not think about it. I go to sleep at 8 and I get up at 4 and I'm wide awake, like absolutely perfectly zoned in. And there's something so magical about driving on the motorway at 5 o'clock in the morning on the way to the gym, and there's not a single soul around. And all you're thinking is all of this energy in the world is just for me. And it's a crazy feeling, and I feel like if you never do it, you'll never understand. But something that comes similar to that is when you're traveling to the airport, and you're traveling to the airport if you have an early flight, and you're traveling there, and there's this buzz and this energy that you've never really feel on any other days. Imagine having that every single day. That's exactly what happens I have when I wake up to go to the gym for that 5 o'clock session in the morning. So that is a habit that I've always worked on, and no matter what, I've always done it and gone through with it. But I have never really taken action in business. So I've always been very much so into fitness, and I might not look like a fucking Greek god, but I have always been into the gym, and always worked out, worked hard, and over the years like built my experience and how to perform exercises, the diet that I should be having, and so on. And obviously there's so many different aspects to building muscle, and um, basically being consistent with weightlifting and going to the gym has never been an issue for me, whether that is 4 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock in the evening. I don't need motivation. It's instilled within me. I'm disciplined to a point where I do not think about it. I will go to the gym no matter what. And lockdown was an absolutely horrible time in my life because I could not train, and I could see my mental health deteriorating because I could not train and work out in a proper environment. Being able to take action and be consistent for the gym has never been an issue. What has been an issue for me is taking action and trying to build a business. Now, I've worked a 9 to 5 since I turned 23. So I've worked 2 and a bit years now. And to a point where I've seen the business grow. It's very up and down in terms of the business that I'm in, and I've always said that I could just do a better job. Now I'm being very honest, and I feel like I'm very detached from this statement being an egotistical statement and being like, yeah, well, I could do a better job. Like, when you face a manager and they're a shit manager, and everybody around the workplace says they could do a better job, and it's almost like an egotistical statement. Well, this is definitely not. I genuinely believe wholeheartedly that I could do a better job. I've never been able to take that and put it into my own business and into my own ventures. I've done some freelancing here and there. I've tried to make my own clothing line when I was at uni, so it was about 2021. That failed miserably. I learned a massive lesson in regards to building businesses with friends, which I may cover one day on my YouTube channel or on my socials, whichever. But essentially, it's always just been a very hit and miss, and I've got all this knowledge, and I just do not take action. And I decided that this past month, or a bit more, maybe 2 months, I will fully commit to something, and I will fully give it my whole effort, and then I can say that if I fail, which people say that if you genuinely 110% give everything that you can, there's no reason that you will ever fail, and can only fail if you give up. So which is why I've started documenting this, which is why I'm talking here to a camera, which is why I want everybody that watches these videos to know that in this period of my life, maybe from the outside it seems like I know what I'm doing, or I'm good at what I'm doing, etc. I genuinely promise you that this is a very big lesson for me, and I'm learning, and I'm constantly open to criticism. I'm open to feedback. I'm open to people telling me to give up, because I will not. And I genuinely urge anybody that is on this exact journey, that is watching this, to start posting content, because it's something that keeps me credible and it keeps me accountable to what I'm doing and what I'm trying to achieve. So with all these videos on the internet being posted of me talking like this, and me not doing what I say I'm going to do, or me not taking action, or me giving up a year or two later down the line, it's just not going to allow me to do that. It will not allow me to fail. It will not allow me to give up. And it's just going to constantly push me to a point where I will succeed. And I will have everything that I dream of. I will be able to support my parents financially. I will be able to do everything that I've ever wanted to do, and genuinely help as many people as I know as possible that I wish I could help right now. But financially, I'm not in a position to help.